Is the recent announcement that I saw from the Cardano Foundation something that I would consider to be a big concern to me or not? Now, the short answer is no. And the reason why is because not too long ago, the Cardano Foundation announced that Giorgio Zanetti, which is the chief technology officer of Cardano in terms of the foundation, they announced that he's going to be leaving on August 31st, which inherently I get why people may think, wow, is this a big concern? To me, I don't think so, and let me explain why in today's video, even though I'm not telling anyone to do anything, just my review and nothing I say is financial advice. So again, he is the chief technology officer, and he was holding that position for around 2.5 years when it comes to the Cardano Foundation, but he's going to be leaving. It's not a big concern to me because, first of all, the team isn't only just Giorgio, right? There's many people there. The CEO, Frederick, he's still a part of the foundation. And the foundation is set up in a way where it's not only dependent on just one single person, right? It's dependent on like a broader team like that and actually, working towards a common goal. It's not just only based off of what Giorgio Zanetti does. So it's not a big concern, but again, if anything, for 2.5 years in which he spent as the chief technology officer at Cardano in terms of the foundation, I'm assuming he probably brought a lot of expertise, a lot of knowledge, a lot of ideas. So it's not a bad thing at the end of the day. I mean, people come and go from companies all the time. Not every single person out there is going to just work at one specific place for their entire career. That's sometimes not always the case. And again, this is something that seemingly is quite amicable in a sense where it wasn't like contested or there was a lot of like, I guess, bad vibes surrounding it. No, that wasn't really the case. Like, for instance, if we take a look at this, the fact that the foundation even made a post about this in the first place showcases that, it's a pretty like mutual sort of feeling, maybe, in a sense where there wasn't a lot of anger or a lot of bad vibes when it comes to this separation. And if I take a look at it as well, again, even the Cardano Foundation says that they wish him the very best in his new endeavors. So we have to consider that. It's not like they're angry that he's leaving, and it doesn't seem like that in the opposite direction too, because even Giorgio Zanetti made a post not that long ago saying how he's going to be stepping down as CTO of the Cardano Foundation at the end of August. And he says he's proud of what they've built, right? And he's even more grateful for the people that he got to work with along the way. So we have to consider that. He made a post like that. It showcases that he appreciated his time there at the foundation, and it seems like the Cardano Foundation may think the same way too. So it's not a bad thing. I get it. This going on is further amplified because, first of all, ADA, which is Cardano's native token, it's at around 18 cents. So it's below 20 cents, which kind of amplifies the feeling of, wow, the CTO, he's going to be leaving. Like, this is so bad. But again, even though they haven't announced a successor, so to speak, they haven't announced a replacement for Giorgio, still, despite that, I'm pretty sure they're going to find another one. And I'm pretty sure that, the foundation is not super affected by this just because it's not only operating based off of one person, right? It's an actual team like that. So I don't think it's a bad thing that this is going on. Now, is the timing the best? Well, not necessarily, because again, ADA is below 20 cents, but at least the foundation is transparent. At least they're saying, hey, you know what? This is going on. Other projects out there, sometimes we're like, hey, we wonder what happened to that person in their team. Then suddenly they're like, oh yeah, they left or whatever. And it's like, what? Seriously? Why didn't you tell us? Sometimes they're like that, right? They don't even tell people that some of their team members left or something. That's, something that I don't like. I see that oftentimes, quite often, I should say, for other projects out there that keep it silent. But when it comes to this, no, it seems like they're very transparent and saying that, hey, you know what? This person's leaving. It is what it is. So I do like seeing that. I don't like it if they try to hide that for whatever reason, because for what? But still, even despite all that, ADA being at around 18 cents, yeah, okay, it's not doing the best, but what can I do about it? I'm still holding, I'm still waiting. I don't have to, but I'm just doing it voluntarily. Because just kind of in my mind, right, $1 is something that if ADA could go back to, I'm already quite happy. Actually, now $1 doesn't seem that good in the grand scheme of things, some people might arguably say, because the all-time high is $3. But $1 was kind of this baseline, which wasn't even that tough to achieve historically, we've seen when it comes to ADA, and yet we're over 5 times away from that. So again, if it goes back there, I'm already quite happy. I don't know if it could though, but I'm just saying $1 historically for ADA wasn't something so monumental in the grand scheme of things. Now, again, back to the foundation. Again, they're still doing its thing. They recently announced a partnership with the Brazilian Olympic Committee. They're going to be going to Token 2049 in Singapore, this very massive event. So they're doing things. Yes, Giorgio Zanetti, leaving Cardano in terms of the foundation, it still seems like it's not such a good thing, especially, with what's going on with the market and Cardano as of right now, but I don't necessarily find it to be the end all be all. It's like, for instance, right? If we take a look at, let's say in the case of just any company out there, if it's an actual company that's established and let's say some members did leave, I mean, sure, it might not be the best thing, but the organization sometimes still stays the same, like in terms of the vibe and sort of the goal, right? So I don't find this to be a bad thing. And, many people have left and entered the Cardano Foundation. Many people have come and go, so it's not really a bad thing. And keep in mind as well, Charles Hoskinson, right, who literally is the founder of Cardano, even he himself admits that he doesn't have much control over Cardano, which I don't find it to be a bad thing, by the way, because if anything, it showcases the decentralized vibe of something like this. But I digress. If Charles Hoskinson, who is literally not only the founder of Cardano, but the co-founder of Ethereum, if even he himself doesn't have much control over Cardano, why would the CTO, the Chief Technology Officer of 2.5 years approximately leaving, why would that be a bad thing? I guess it's just the natural process of how, these foundations and these entities sometimes operate in. Like, people come and go. But yeah, that's kind of it. It's not the biggest thing out there of all time, which has happened, but I felt like I wanted to address it nonetheless, just because, this video is meant for the more long-term fans when it comes to Cardano, those who are maybe not necessarily caring too much about the price on a daily basis, but maybe caring more so about the updates and what's going on. And this video was basically, centered around that. And again, I recently saw that the Cardano Foundation, saying that Giorgio Zanetti is going to be leaving Cardano. Yeah, in terms of the team, right? In terms of the foundation. So, you know what? Apparently, they wish him nothing but the best. And I think that the foundation will just continue to do its thing. So again, it's not a big concern to me, but I wanted to address it nonetheless. I want to say thank you so much for watching, though. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll be sure to make more updates moving forward.